Maybe, and I don't highly recommend this one, but maybe get a pet.
This is a horrible idea. This is not a hobby. That's a lifestyle
you know
change.
What? I'm not thinking about my own life, but others.
Dude, just erase this one. This is a horrible hobby. This is not a hobby.
Maybe get a guinea pig, and it tastes like chicken.
Oh my goodness! You ate it in Ecuador, didn't you?
I ate a guinea pig in Ecuador, and I sent the claws to my kids.
That's
picture
disgusting.
of my claws. I'll get the photo of it. And we'll put it up on our social media. The guinea pig that I ate. They raise them, and then they eat them.
So it's like sheep and cows for
but
them?
they're like the guinea pigs we buy at pet stores. They look just the same.
Hey everyone, welcome to the LifenGeer podcast, where truth leads to joy and adventure. I'm your host, Justin, and I'm here with Kevin Geer.
Hey everybody, great to not see you, but have you hear me again. That sounds terrible.
Well, it's great for me to see you. How's that?
There it is. Good
and
to see you, Justin.
It's good for you to see me.
I haven't seen you, it seems like, for a long time.
I know. I was wondering if we're still friends.
Oh, if we weren't videoing this right now, I would walk over and give you a hug.
Oh, we can air hug.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Tanya.
There it is. We're huggers.
Yes. Dude, what have you been doing, man? You're busy. I know last time we talked about this, like the busiest season of your life.
Yeah, I wonder how many podcasts we have started with going, I'm so busy.
I know.
But April, it's slowing down. But I was in Ecuador.
A couple months from now.
I was in Ecuador. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Compassion International. What a phenomenal organization.
Yeah.
Canvas Church, where we are employed, supports 1,300 compassion children. And when I say the church, not organizationally, the people that are here
I love it.
support, write letters. So I was able to meet both of the kids that my wife and I and family have been supporting since 2019.
That's awesome.
I do not have words to explain how awesome that is.
And it's correct me if I'm wrong, this is a rare thing to be able to actually meet your compassion child.
It is a very rare thing, like 2%. In fact, and these kids come from all over to meet.
Ecuador's not a small country.
No, like one kid, Phil Christensen is our operations pastor here at Canvas, and they wanted him to meet his sponsor. Mm-hmm. And Compassion goes out of the way when someone's in country to try to make this happen.
Wow.
This kid took a 2-hour. He lives in the jungle of Amazon.
Okay.
Took a 2-hour boat ride. 3-hour plane ride, and then an 8-hour bus ride.
No way.
To be able to get to that place.
It's like 2 days of traveling.
It's incredible.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
And Compassion made all of that come together.
They make it all come together.
This isn't even like a sponsored podcast, but like they are so good at what they do.
It moves your heart. I have a hard time finding the words to communicate.
Yeah.
You're careful because in our society, you don't want to look like. I'm certainly when you come there, they love you.
Yeah.
They love you deeply. They don't. They don't know you.
Yeah.
But you're through giving, we're able to help them, and it's really Jesus that's doing the work in their heart. So you don't want to put on like you're the Savior hat. You want to guard your heart against those things.
Yeah.
And in our culture, we're really quick to put that down, and understandably so. At the same time, there is a powerful connection of what hope you are being able to help bring into their life that they wouldn't have without.
Yeah.
And so one of the people said, this is their Disneyland experience.
Wow.
Like when you go to Disney and you see Mickey and you get all excited, this is their Disney experience. They're staying in a hotel that is nicer than anything they've ever seen in their entire life. It blows their mind. They're swimming in a pool.
Yeah.
That's like not normal. And I was a beluga beached whale swimming with them for 3 hours.
Did you get fried? I heard your guys' interpreters were like just spraying sunscreen on you guys the whole time.
One of my interpreters kept pulling me out going, I'm so sorry. And like a half a can on me. It was just a great trip. And, one of the things we get to do is we're doing Ecuador trips to take our people from Canvas down there that want to go, and they'll have that opportunity, and just great. It's just a great connection. So I was in Ecuador. Yeah. I mean, I could talk so much about it, but I was in Ecuador for a week. I came home, preached the weekend. I preached I loved preaching a message. Someday we're going to do a podcast on it, this concept of it will be different among you. It's such a leadership principle that Jesus taught that to me is profound. And then, so I preached that the weekend. Then I was in Florida for a week.
Yeah.
I only have one more class left for my doctorate.
That's sweet.
So I'll go to Florida one more time in May, and then I'll write my dissertation, and I'm done.
Okay, but you say, and then I'll write my dissertation. That's not a small feat.
It's not a small feat.
That's like a big thing. Like, how many pages is expected of that?
I'll be about 130, 140 when I'm said and done.
Wow.
But, you just type. It's just typing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. There's no research
I
involved.
don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But we'll be done. My goal is that this time next year, I'm already done. My goal
How long do you
is
have
to finish
do it?
before Christmas.
Like, what did they tell you?
You have until like January 31st of next year. A lot of them you need to be done by then because then you can do your defense. But
You have to defend it?
yeah, for 3 hours. They pick it apart. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So you present it.
That'll be easy for you. That's like
I'll just be defensive.
Right.
That will help because
You get to be defensive.
I get to be defensive. So that's what's coming up. So I've been busy, but I'm home for a little while.
Cool.
I'm excited to be home, and you're wrapping up your basketball season.
Oh, dude, we've been having so much fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You have 2 games left.
Yep, 2 games left. And
You're surprised I know all that, but I check in on you.
Yeah, you just got your haircut this morning.
Yep, I did. Your wife cut my hair.
My wife is your hair cutter.
So, but
Yeah, I know we're excited about it. It's been a lot of fun.
you're a good coach. You're inspirational.
It's been a lot of fun. Like, it's been a good challenge for me. It's a lot different than playing the game,
Yeah.
And so it's kind of been a refreshment of my love for the game.
Oh,
So, yeah,
that's nice.
It's been cool.
You'll be doing that for many years probably as your girls grow older. Are they good? Are your girls good?
Honestly, my
You don't have
seventh
to answer
grader,
that on a podcast.
I'm not. She's awesome. Like, she's a
there it
hustler.
is. Come
What
on.
she doesn't have in talent, she makes for up in
Woo!
hustle.
Hustling is huge.
and
That
that's-
works in right there. That's your first takeaway from the Life and Gear podcast. Is where you lack in talent, you can make up by hustling.
Yeah, and she's got
That
it.
is so true. Works in the work environment as well.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about I'm actually very excited about this topic, and
Me
I know
too.
you're excited about it. And we're going to talk about 7 ways to have a great year still.
Oh, I like your pause, and it is too because I think we're in a March podcast, and we've already done January, February. I don't know how people's years have started.
Yeah.
But what we do know statistically is 90% of resolutions never get taken,
Yeah.
seen through,
Yeah.
and so this is the give up month.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? What can we talk about in this month to say I'm still going to redeem 2023,
Yeah.
and it's still going to be a great year. And so I got 7 things.
Yes.
And here's the good news: you don't even have to do all 7. My challenge is you listen to these 7 things that will help you have a great year, and I promise they will.
Yeah.
I guaranteed. It's the Les Schwab guarantee. We have so many sponsors in this podcast. We have none, but I just throw that out there.
You sound like a used car salesman right now.
Oh my
I
God.
guarantee this car will run for at least 6 months.
Once you're off the lot, it's yours. But I guarantee
Yeah.
if you will do 2 or 3 of these 7 things,
Yes.
minimum 2,
Yeah.
you're going to have a better year than you thought you were going to have.
I like when we do this it's so often because we give a lot of tools in a lot of our podcasts.
Yeah, that's the goal.
But it's like, don't try to do everything. Find a couple things that you can make happen and just get the ball rolling. What you'll find is you do a couple of them, all of a sudden you're like, I want more. And you start adding in these other things too.
At momentum.
Yep.
You're absolutely correct. So listen to this. You may have to listen to it twice, but go through, listen to them all. I'll repeat them at the very end and go, okay, I'm going to attempt 2 of these.
Yeah.
If you're taking the time to listen to us talk,
Yeah.
you might as well get something out of it.
Exactly.
So there it is. So let's jump in. There it is.
Cool.
7 ways to have a great year.
Yes. Still. You added an extra pause in there.
I did.
You're like, I'm going to pause.
I like how you did it. So. Okay, here's number 1. Number 1, make a new friend.
Why would I do that?
Make a new friend. Right now, people just got scared. They're like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can listen to the rest of
Their
this.
heart started racing.
Yeah, because making friends.
Tanya's like, yes, I don't want this. You don't have to do all of them, Tanya.
That's true. Making a new friend is hard for people. But I'll tell you what, in 2018, there was a huge study done in the United States on what is the largest indicator of, or contributor, I should say, of health issues. Do you know what it was?
Relationships.
Loneliness. Loneliness. This is before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you, because what did we do during the pandemic? We all got into our house by ourselves.
Yeah.
This isn't solved. That the number one, done by the medical field, the number one indicator, or what's that word? The number one thing contributing. To physical health issues.
That's crazy.
Loneliness.
I would have never guessed that.
It is not good for man to be alone.
alone.
And we did a podcast on loneliness a while back. And so this is not new, but make a new friend. Be intentional to say, hey, I'm not going to wait for someone to come be my friend. That's how most people live.
Yeah.
They're waiting for someone to call them to be their friend.
Yeah.
You be the one that initiates.
You have to go after it.
Go. And it's a risk. In fact, it's going to get your blood flowing. You're going to be going. You're going to be like you're in junior high again. You're like, I got to call this person, and they might reject me. Yeah. The truth is, junior high is real life. The more you study junior high, the more you discover this is life.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking. By the way, I'm not talking a romantic friend.
That's good because a lot of us are married.
Yeah, that's not just a friend.
Right.
Just be a friend. People are waiting for someone to say, I'll be your friend.
Yeah.
And it will change your perspective on the year because it's going to give you a target to go after. It's going to shift your thinking to go, oh, I need to be a good friend. I need to create this friend. And it's going to get you to do things that are out of your normal rhythm that are actually, you will learn more about yourself.
Yeah.
And you will be a blessing to others, and you might be finding a friend that will be a great joy to your life. It's not good for man to be alone.
What I like, and you said this in the past on one of our other podcasts, or maybe it's just in something else, but like if you feel that need for relationships, don't wait for someone. Like you have to be the one that initiates it.
Yes.
You have to do that.
I had a group of guys come over and work on my Jeep for 3 days. And at the end of those 3 days, and they were coming and going. Two of the group that was there was quite a group, would meet with me just on the side, tears in their eyes, going, I needed this so much.
Cool. Yeah.
And the truth is, you might be listening to this podcast, and in your heart, you're going, I wish I could have been there.
Yeah.
Or you need a friend.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say that because most of America needs a friend.
Yeah.
You want to have a great year? Go be a friend.
Yeah.
Go make a friend. That's number
cool.
one.
I like that. I like go be a friend.
Go be a
like
friend.
That. That's
Go
cool.
be a friend. Number two, I like this one. Plan a vacation.
I like this a lot.
Plan a vacation. Tanya just got back from a big vacation. Rocked the world of Seattle. Her and her husband went off for their 27th anniversary.
You guys have been married 27 years?
Almost. March is coming up.
Pretty much.
Doesn't even look 27.
I know.
And
that's crazy.
But vacations, plan a vacation.
Yeah.
Here's why this is important. You're like, oh, well, no. I would say a 5-day disconnect. So I'm not looking for a 2-day vacation or a 3-day. If you can do this, it might be a 5-day disconnect at home. You work it within your budget, but you need 5 days somewhere in 2023 where you are not working and it is a vacation.
Yeah.
Here's what this does. It shifts your mind and you're going to start looking forward to it coming up throughout the year.
Yeah.
And it gets, I would say, visit a new state. I'm surprised at how many people in Montana have never left Montana.
Oh, I know.
Maybe visit a state. Or the other thing, and maybe I'm getting old, this could be an old thing, visit a national park.
Look at that. Yeah, that's kind of the cool thing now, though.
Is it?
It's not an old thing.
Yeah, it's hard being cool all the time.
Well, yeah, it's hard to be humble when you're great.
Visit a national park. There's a reason why they're a national park.
Why is that?
Because they're nationally awesome. There's lots of people. So there's Wyoming. No one is in Wyoming.
Which one is in Wyoming?
I don't even think there's anything in Wyoming. Oh, Devil's Tower.
Yellowstone.
Oh, Yellowstone. We got to delete this.
I thought I was setting you up for success.
No, I swung and missed because I would put Yellowstone in Montana. Wyoming doesn't even deserve Yellowstone. What is in Wyoming? I don't even
Yellowstone.
Think, my guess, I'm going to go out on record here. There is nobody in Wyoming that listens to our podcast. If you're in Wyoming
we should find
and
out.
you listen to this podcast, I'll send you a $25 Starbucks gift card.
They probably don't have Starbucks.
Okay, you send me where you live. That was so funny, Justin. You send me where you live, and I will research a coffee shop in your town and send you a $25 gift card.
I think, isn't Wyoming, actually, we're about the same population-wise. We can't talk too much smack.
No, we're 1 million people. I think they're like 400,000 people. No. They are the, we need to Google it.
We should find out.
I think Wyoming is the smallest state, population-wise, in the country.
No, North Dakota, or South Dakota is.
How much you want to bet this?
Is it Wyoming?
Yes, I know it's Wyoming. I was just researching
dang it.
Yeah.
Because we're like the third smallest population-wise.
I don't know about what we are, but Wyoming's the bottom of the bottom.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why nobody listens to us there. Seriously, if you get a hold of us.
So we're going to plan a vacation to Wyoming.
Well, yeah, there you go. So thank you for bringing us back on track. Plan a vacation. And you'll look forward to it. There's excitement. What you see here is when you put something on the calendar, you live differently. Yeah. One of the things we do here at work is name it and date it. Yeah. What I'm saying is put a date on the calendar. It will make you start moving forward. You will end up buying new outfits, new clothes. Yeah. You're gonna because you're planning. It's just gonna make your year better. Okay, moving over to Andy.
All right. Okay. So your guess was where Montana is ranked compared to Wyoming?
No, population.
What is
581?
Oh, so they are the smallest population-wise.
Yes. They're
and what's number 2?
Like 49, you mean?
Yeah.
District of Columbia, then Alaska, then North Dakota, then South Dakota, then Delaware, then Rhode Island. Montana bumped up to 43rd.
Come on.
Population-wise?
Yes.
We have more people than Delaware?
Hey, well, yeah, we're
Delware's
a big state.
tiny.
Well,
I know we're the 4th largest state in the union.
Yeah.
Can you name the top 3?
Yeah, Alaska.
Number 1 is Alaska.
Texas, California, Montana.
Rock and roll. Number 3. So number 1 is make a new friend.
Okay, but vacation though.
Yeah.
I think because I know like we can't all just take a 5-day vacation off somewhere.
True.
But making sure going somewhere. But make sure you take time away in some capacity, or even if it's just a break from work.
Yes.
Get disconnected is what you're saying.
And plan an activity.
Yeah.
Even if it's a hike in Montana, hike to Iceberg Lake or just something, have a couple activities, but you need that disconnect. Yeah. And the goal is 5 days is a little longer than 3 because what you'll do is you'll just stumble through 3.
Sure.
You can't stumble through 5.
My first 3 days of my vacation, I'm usually still thinking about why I'm on vacation.
Yeah. And that's why I like
what I
5.
left behind.
And 5, you become intentional of looking forward to it and making different plans for it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Good.
Okay. Intentional life is what I'm pushing. Number 3, this one I did our first podcast was on this topic.
This was fun.
Number 3, start a new hobby. The fun of the fun of learning. Here's what it does. It builds self-confidence. Yeah. So I just wrote down a couple. Maybe try cooking. And what you could do this year is sign up for that. I don't know what they're called, like the Fresh Box. Is that what it's called? Fresh Box. They mail it to you, and it's like for 2 or 3 people, but you cook what's coming. Okay. One of the things our family has done this year, just for our family, we do a family dinner every Sunday night. Yeah. And then once a month we get a box in the mail called the Yum Box.
Yum.
The Yum, and it's food, candy from a different country in the world. And you get that box once a month. It has like 15 things in it that comes.
It's candy or is it a meal?
No. It's this is just candy. Just candy. So after our meal, then we'll open up the Yum Box, and we just got one from Brazil this week. And then you eat the candy, and everybody tastes the candy. There's 9 of us in our family. Everybody tastes it, and then we give a report if we like it or not. It's just a fun thing that we do. But maybe start a new hobby of cooking. Get a fresh box of that food that gets delivered.
Start coaching your daughter's basketball team.
Start coaching your daughter's basketball team. You know, one of the things I want to do when I'm done with my doctorate. I'm going to take a welding class.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I've already researched at Flathead Valley Community College. Okay. They offer welding classes, and I'm going to take a class there. I'm a nerd, but I've always wanted to weld. Yeah. And I break stuff on my Jeep. Welding could be helpful.
Well, your Jeep falls apart quite a bit, so I mean, it's just
not too bad. I'm usually modifying it. It's not, I'd like to be, here it is. I'd like to be a fabricator.
Ooh, that just sounds cool.
It does. I don't even know what it is, but I was working with a guy yesterday. We were working on my Jeep. Yesterday was President's Day, and we were working on it, and he goes, "We need a tool to make this part work." He disappeared into the other side of the shop, and he made the tool.
Oh. Sounds like Corey Anderson.
Oh, yeah. And Corey's a listener.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
That's cool.
Maybe, and I don't highly recommend this one, but maybe get a pet.
This is a horrible idea. This is not a hobby. That's a lifestyle
You know
change.
what? I'm not thinking about my own life, but others.
Dude, just erase this one. This is a horrible hobby.
You know,
this is not a hobby.
Maybe get a guinea pig, and it tastes like chicken.
Oh my goodness! You ate it in Ecuador, didn't you?
I ate a guinea pig in Ecuador, and I sent the claws to my kids.
That's
a picture
disgusting.
of my claws. I'll get the photo of it, and we'll put it up on our social media. The guinea pig that I ate. They raise them, and then they eat them.
So it's like sheep and
Yeah,
cows for
but
them?
they're like the guinea pigs we buy at pet stores. They look just the same.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. So start a new hobby.
Yes.
Okay. Eating guinea pig. Okay. Whatever. So
cooking guinea pig.
cooking. We've just put them all together, and you can build the skillet that you fry the guinea pig in.
And you invite your new friend over.
And then they will need a week vacation. Okay. Number 4.
All right.
Number four is simple. Set 3 goals that you want. So, like, again, it's if you get the heart of this, it's just you're looking forward.
Yeah.
You're instead of looking backwards, whoa hum. It's I'm going to be intentional to make this a great year. And so, forward momentum instead of reactionary living leads to joy and adventure. And so, 3 goals. I wrote some ideas down.
Yeah.
Maybe one of your goals could be I'm going to save $2,000 this month. You know, saving money can be fun.
Yeah.
Because you have a goal set up. I'm going to say
Spending money is a lot of fun too.
spending money is so much fun.
I'm much better at the spending part.
But like maybe save $2,000.
Yeah.
And then what happens is then you begin to think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Every time you're going to the store, I could save $5 here. That boom, boom, boom.
And put a time on it when you're doing this.
Oh yeah, name and date.
Yeah.
Name and date. Without a goal, you live differently.
Yeah.
And so maybe read a book.
Yeah.
When's the last time? Just think about this as you're listening to this podcast. When's the last time you read a book? Because if you're a podcast listener, you're probably listening to all kinds of podcasts. Maybe change it up a little bit and read a book.
Yeah.
This year, and that might be. You know what? That's one goal. I'm going to read a book.
We should post a couple of your favorite books.
Ooh, you want to make a note of that? And we'll make that. Do that.
Make a note of that.
That'd be awesome.
good.
Yep. Tony's on it. And then, or set a weight goal.
Ooh.
Okay, that didn't get fun. But
I like that one.
that's hard. I don't like that. I just got to get out of my doctor. That's why I keep telling myself. Okay, and, but I think set 3 goals.
Yeah.
Set 3 goals. 3 goals. 2 goals.
That's good. I like that.
Whatever. Okay, number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5.
I like this one.
Do you like this one?
I do.
Number 5. Volunteer somewhere.
Yeah.
Volunteer. When I'm going to pause because I want people to listen. Maybe you're running on the treadmill right now and you need to listen to this statement. When you make life more than just about you, you live a more full life.
That's good.
It is counterintuitive because, and I wish I wish I could take the time to explain counterintuitiveness because people miss it all the time. They think, I'm counterintuitive. If you're not dying to yourself, you're not counterintuitive because you're following your intuition, which is intuitive. It's not counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But when you make life about lifting up others, the joy you experience is exponential than if you were to make it about yourself. Exponential.
Okay.
I'm trying to say the word that you just said. Help me with it.
Exponential.
That's why you're here, my friend.
I got you.
Boom. It multiplies.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna use a different word. And so I say all that. Volunteer somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe be a reading buddy in the school, or let's give up 1 hour, a lunch buddy.
Yeah.
Lunch buddy is a program here in Kalispell where you can go read with a child for an hour. We have a lunch buddy that reads with one of our foster boys, and he loves it.
That's cool.
But I hear about the reader talking to me about my boy more often of how much it means to him.
Oh.
And he's the one that's sacrificing an hour to be there.
That's cool.
Church is a great place to serve. Yeah. And by the way, serve at the church might be the spot where you make your friend.
Yeah.
So that could come together. But be part of something bigger than yourself. Volunteer.
Yeah.
You will get more out of this year than you ever imagined.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works.
Now, again, pick 2 out of the 3. I'm going to give you the first 5, and then we're going to do number 6 is my favorite.
Okay.
Number 1, make a new friend.
Yep.
Plan a vacation. Start a new hobby. Set 3 goals. Volunteer. And here's number 6. Redo a room in your house.
Ooh.
I like this one.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's tangible. You don't have to have a big budget. You can do it with a hardly any budget. Maybe it's just moving the furniture around in your room.
You don't even have to have a budget.
You don't even have to have a budget. But pick a room. Maybe you're like someone might be picking a room right now.
Right.
This is the year you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And you're going to repaint it. You can redecorate it.
Yeah.
What it's going to do, it's going to bring life to your. It's amazing when you change your room around in your house. Every time you walk into that room, the chances that you're going to smile are up.
Yeah.
Because you've invested in there.
Yeah.
And it's going to make your day better. It's going to make your year better.
Yeah.
Redo. Now, it is contagious. This comes with a warning sign. You will start it. You guys know this. You will start with one room.
You just tore a wall down or something.
I did.
You just tore a wall down.
Yeah.
And it multiplies. And then, because have you ever painted a room? You paint part of it, and they're like, "Oh, I can do that wall too." And before you know it, the whole house is painted.
You got to do it within reason.
Yes. But here's the other thing I like about redoing a room. When you redo a room, you get new perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm all about new perspective.
Yeah.
You have to you trick your mind to think differently, and then you see things differently.
Yeah.
I do this, by the way. This is not one of the things, but I change things in my life all the time, so I have to relearn things and do things differently.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple examples, just because in redoing the room, the heart behind it is new perspective.
Yeah.
I change the browser that I use on my laptop about every 6 months.
Yeah.
I just switched 2 weeks ago to Bing. I have been Safari, and I just moved to Bing.
Wow.
And here's why. I have to relearn how to use things.
Yeah.
And it keeps I'm in the middle of my doctorate. I'm in a bit, but I don't want my mind to get into routine.
Yeah.
And so now I'm on Bing, and it requires me to search a little different. I'm seeing things I've never seen before.
Yeah.
It just changes.
Yeah.
It keeps your mind fresh, and you see things different, and then you can speak into things different. That's what you do when you redo a room in your house.
I copied you. I did. I changed the way that my computer's organized.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then my other thing that I started doing every year, I changed my email app.
Okay. Well,
That's
that's
a
a
hard
hard one because I'm a Spark. This
Yeah.
is sponsored by Spark. I love my Spark app. So what are you using right now?
It's one that's in beta right now. It's called Mimi.
Send me the link.
Okay.
I like beta. Okay. And so there it is. Number 6 is redo a room in your house.
Yeah.
And then number 7. Number 7, this one right here alone could change your entire year.
This one, in my opinion, needs to be the first thing that you do, in my personal opinion.
Number 7.
Yeah. I think number 7, you need to do this first and then do other things.
Wow. Okay. So it'd be one of your 2 or 3 that you would pick.
Absolutely. It's what I've already started doing.
You've already started. It's huge. Yeah. Cut your media intake by half. It's the hardest one on the list.
Yeah.
Even though it's the hardest one on the list.
Yep.
Cut your social media in half. Cut the TV shows in half. People are walking around all the time saying, I don't have time. But then they can tell me about all these shows that they've watched. And I'm like, there's your time.
Yep.
Like there's no intrinsic value out of all that media. Maybe a little. Okay, maybe a little. I won't go
get a little reprieve.
A little reprieve. But I cut your media. I'm not saying cut your media out.
Yeah.
Cut it by half.
Yeah.
And you will be going, where did I get all of this time? I'm going to make a new friend because you're going to get bored. One of the reasons we're lonely is because loony. One of the reasons we're loony. This works too. One of the reasons we're loony is because our best friends are imaginary people.
Yeah.
But they're faithful.
Yeah.
They're there every time we want them to be. That's media.
Yep.
And if you can cut that by half, again, you're going to be, you won't be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You won't be as tired. And you will have time to try some other things.
And we've talked about this before. It's so easy to do this right now because our technology sets us up to set limits for ourselves and do all of these things to the point where I've considered, because there's been a couple times where I've cheated on my media time because I know my own password.
Oh, because you explain what you use.
Yeah, I do screen time.
So
with my Apple, which everyone should have an Apple, they should have an iPhone.
I'm in agreement. My son got a Samsung.
Oh, you told me about that.
And he hasn't come out and said he regrets it, but
he regrets
everything
it.
he says regrets it.
But I know droids have similar things too. Yep. But you just set a password on it. So then when you set whatever your time frame is, it cuts you off, and you literally, in order for you to continue, you have to make an intentional decision to enter your password and approve more time.
That's good.
Or if you have to, go to the next level and have someone else know that password. And then you can't
really
even
shut you down.
And then if you keep entering your own password, you need to have someone else.
Yeah, that's good.
Do the password.
You know, Justin, several podcasts ago, you had made a comment that you moved Facebook off off the top front page of your phone.
Off my phone.
Oh, it's off your phone. At first, you had moved to like second page or third page. I have done that.
Yeah.
After that podcast, because I'm grown from our own podcast.
Yeah.
I did that. Game changer,
dude.
I loved it. Because now when I have a moment of standing in line or something, I'll pick up my phone. That's not where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because you're not. It's so much work to flip the screen to go to the next
two
page.
swipes are hard.
Here's what I'll say about number 7. This is just an addition, and that is, we need to embrace boredom. Boredom is not a negative thing.
Yeah.
Boredom needs to be embraced again, because it allows your mind to become rich with new thoughts.
Yeah.
We think boredom is negative, so we're always filling it, and we're robbing ourselves. Yeah. So number 7, cut your media by half. So I'm going to read them all again.
To add to that, I was just going to say, if you want to go to a deeper level, you can actually say you're very bored when you're on media.
That's a true statement.
I mean, you can really kind of take it to that level of like, you're just actually bored.
The intrinsic value that you're getting out of it is so. I'm not anti-media.
No.
Well, there's just nothing. There's not much benefiting your life, especially when you're already going, dude, my year's not starting off good.
Yeah.
What about like our podcast? This is beneficial, hopefully. So is there a difference?
That's why we're just saying cut it in half.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is a great statement. Could you mute her mic? That is a great statement, Andy. That I think, or question. I think there's things that are of value, and things that don't give a value. So I'll say it this way: if all you're doing is listening to podcasts and you're struggling relationship wise, cut. Stop listening. You in Wyoming, stop listening to this podcast.
We'll buy you coffee.
And so I think there is that. You have to be rich. I think media often. I think social media, and I think TV.
Yeah.
People always ask me, Kevin, I don't know how you have the time to do everything you do.
No.
I don't watch much TV.
No.
And then what I realize is I'm not really missing out on much life.
Yeah.
I'll miss out on some jokes that people tell for that one time, but they're not even telling that joke 6 months later because it's a new one. Except for the one thing I would say. In fact, bonus. Number 8. and I'm going to get in trouble by saying this one, but number 8, bonus. If you've never watched The Office,
oh my God,
watch it this year.
Oh my goodness, we're saying cut your media time in half. No, actually, watch 10 seasons of a show.
The one jokes I have watched The Office, and until Michael Scott leaves, then it gets really not good. But I just laughed.
Let's recap these 7. Let's recap these 7.
Now you're there. Number 7. Thanks you. Number 1. Here it is. You're picking 2 or 3 of these. So as I go through them, let the Spirit of God, He'll do this, ping your heart. So if you're like, God never talks to me, maybe you're not even a believer, and God never talks to you, He's going to. If you allow your heart to be open, He's going to ping you're just going to go, oh. In that moment, that's God talking to you. That's how it works. So
we got to use high voice for this one.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so 7 ways to have a great year. Still, here it is. Number 1, make a new friend. 2, plan a vacation.
Woo.
3, start a hobby.
Yep.
4, set 3 goals.
3, trace.
5. I got me all confused. 5, volunteer.
I like that.
6,
I need to do it.
Redo a room in your house. 7, cut your media by half.
Favorite one right there.
There it is, my friends. And I hope I say this in our church all the time. Maybe you're having a great year. Well, then you are just equipped to share this with somebody else so that they can have a great year. Yeah. And you can say, hey, I was listening to a podcast and here's some suggestions they gave. So you can bring joy to other people.
Yeah, that's good stuff. It's good to know that if we didn't start the year out the way we wanted to, it's not too late. Don't be overwhelmed by it. Let's just move forward. Take 2 of these things and let's move forward and do some of these things.
Love it.
Love it. Hey, if you haven't already, this is our plug. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. You don't want to miss an episode. We're on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Stitcher.
Have you ever done Stitcher?
I never have.
don't even know
I think
what it
Andy
is.
told me about it. I didn't even know what it was until you mentioned it.
So, and if you'd like, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We love when you leave reviews and when you share this, it helps us out.
Yeah.
And also, if you're from Wyoming, don't forget, I got a $25 card for you wherever village that you live in, and we will, I will do the research of your community and find the best coffee for you.
I hope someone listens to this. I really.
And you have to really, like, if you're in California hoping to move to Wyoming, that doesn't count. You have to be actually living there.
Oh, that is fun. Dude, we're like personalities full on right now.
Come
Like,
on.
We were like, please leave comments for us,
I know.
reviews.
Please tell us we're doing okay.
Hey, that's all we have for you today. I'm your host, Justin, and for Kevin and myself, we thank you so much for listening to the LifenGeer podcast, where truth leads to joy and adventure.
Boom.